Welcome back to Central Valley Talk. Briggs on Books is the show, our international talk show. We've been talking to authors this week from all over the world. It's so exciting to hear about the books, their process in writing the books, and what happens after they write them. You got to get them published. So I know a lot of our viewers are just struggling to get that first book out. We're going to bring you some authors who've done it multiple times, and maybe you'll pick up some points on that. Our number one viewer are the readers, people who read books. They want to know what to read next. And I love to read a book after I've heard from the author. It just changes a whole perspective for me and helps me pick my next book that I'm going to read. Anyway, our next guest is fascinating because she does a lot of things. She writes books, she gets them published, but she's also a health and wellness coach, a health coach. Welcome, Rowena. Rowena Banks. Welcome.
Hi, Mike. It's so great to see you.
Yeah, I love to have you on. I want to talk about your two books, which are kind of pretty exciting books, adventurous books. Before we get there, you have another publication out. I'm going to put it up on the screen here. Kitchen Alchemy, 30 Days to Transform Ingredients into Wellness. Tell us about that.
Well, I've been on a health quest for many, many years, and I found that I was eating the same old kind of bland things and recipes and stuff. And so I just decided I needed to use these healthy ingredients and just come up with some tastier meals. And so I just created a plan, and it's a free download on my website, yourhealthandwealthsecret.com.
It's free. I like the idea of that. Now, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit on the cover, and I think salmon and avocado.
Yes.
What else? Some squash, something green?
Yes, I don't have that in front of me, but my mouth's watering.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's pictures throughout, and they're all healthy. Just about every page will make your mouth water, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's very attractive, and those are the things I eat, but then I go out and eat a pizza or a cheeseburger. I think if I could just skip to things like our picture there, I would do much better.
Yeah, you probably would do a little bit better.
Yeah. Now
we could create a list of alternatives for you.
Now, anybody could go to your website, download that. Like you said, you're not collecting their emails and stuff. They could just go there and download it.
Yes. Yeah, it's just a free download, something to help encourage people and keep them on the right path. And hopefully in 30 days, they'll feel better and feel a difference.
Now, you're a certified health coach. Do you take on clients? How does that work?
Yes, I take on clients. My company is Your Health and Wealth Secret, and I'm a licensed investor for Nevada and California. So the concept of the business is to help people prepare for their retirement and in two ways, financially and their health.
Health-wise, yeah.
So I combine the two, and I do health coaching one-on-one as well as group coaching.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, you could save all the money and have the best retirement plan, and you finally get out of that job. But if you're not healthy, it's just you lose the enjoyment.
Right. You end up spending your money on your health, and then vice versa. It'd be fun to be healthy and have some money to go explore and do some things. So I think they pretty much go hand in hand.
Now, we have your Instagram up. Everybody wants to use Instagram these days, and it's Your Health and Wealth Secret. Just go to Instagram and type that. But you also have your website. Old-fashioned guys like me like the website, yourhealthandwealthsecret.com. Did I say that right? Healthandwealthsecret.com. What are people going to find there? Besides this beautiful download of the healthy cooking.
Yeah, you'll find many blogs and informational pieces that we've created over the last year or so. You'll be able to book an appointment. You can call, you can email. There's Your Health and Wealth Secret actually also has a sister company where I mentioned it for just a little second previously, but it's called hr-helper.com. And that's a sister company to Your Health and Wealth Secret, which offers corporate wellness programs to not only corporate, even though we say corporate wellness programs, it's for anything. We're actually dealing with school districts right now, because there's the continuity in learning is very harmed, I guess you could say, by teachers being out sick and having to have substitute teachers. So one of my best friends is like, yes, we need this. So your hrhelper.com is it's an app that is customized to each company or school district or whatever the client is, and offers whatever it's customized for whatever their needs are. And then there's a wellness hub that offers live health coaching sessions, videos, educational videos, and then also an e-platform for coaching.
Yeah, any organization or corporation, I mean, you don't want your people to not be there, and you don't want sick people there, and everything runs smoother if everybody could be well.
Yeah, I mean, it helps with the morale, and it saves money in the long run, because when you have turnover, you have to do that retraining, and it takes a while for people to get back into the swing of things.
Yeah, nothing worse than trying to train on a new product or a new skill, and every day you want to do the training, one person is out. And you either have to do it all over again for that one person, or push the whole thing back and then another person's out. It's very frustrating. I want to move on. I don't want to leave without talking about your books, but any other thoughts on your certified health coach business, Health and Wellness Secret?
So there's many pillars to health, and so we also help people with dealing with stress and mindfulness, with sleep hygiene and exercise, and of course nutrition and lifestyle changes. So that's what we do, both at hr-helper.com and yourhealthandwealthsecret.com.
Now, I know we're out of time on this, but every time I go to the doctor, anytime I've ever gone to the doctor, they always say, "Are you under stress?" And of course I'm under stress. But that has a lot to do with your health, does it?
Oh, stress is a huge impact on your health. And, mothers, pregnant mothers, everybody is affected by stress. So if you're pregnant and, your baby feels that stress, and you can actually, the baby can actually have lifelong illnesses from the mother being under stress while she's pregnant. So stress is a huge factor in our well-being.
Yeah, interesting. You just put a thought in my mind from my past, because I grew up in the 1960s when the dad went to work, and he'd come home, built up all this stress. But my mom was home with four little kids, had to get them dressed, had to have all the laundry done, the food on the table, and I can't imagine that. We never thought of her being under stress, because it was the dad. You always had to worry about his stress levels.
Yeah, it's being a stay-home mom is definitely a full-time job, and it can be very, very stressful.
Yeah. Anyway, I was going to say, now in the 1990s, we see that we're in the 2024s now, 2020s. We're finally realizing it's all catching up, that's a full-time job.
Yeah, we're all learning.
Let me bring up, because I love these books. Which was the first book, by the way?
Surviving Sierras.
Okay, here it is. And you tell a little bit of the story. I was going to tell the story.
All right. So it's a story about a mother and her 3 daughters. They have a plane crash in the Sierra Nevadas. As we discussed maybe earlier, I'm located in Tahoe, so I've spent a lot of time in the mountains. And so it was easy for me to come up with, ideas of how to survive in the mountains. So the 3 girls, they're waiting and waiting and waiting to be found, and they never get discovered. So until the very end, but by then they actually just walk out. So it's kind of empowering. It's a story about faith and trust and just ingenuity, I guess you could say, how they're always figuring things out.
They're surviving. They survive. They got to figure out how to survive. Now, is it just the 3 sisters, or is the mom there too?
The mom is there too. So My three daughters were very instrumental in coming up with ideas. They were very, very mischievous. They were mostly raised out in the country in Grass Valley on some acreage. So they got up to a lot of things together.
Yeah.
And so, it was easy for me to write about that bond, and I homeschooled them for a while, so there was no way that those girls were going to survive without their mother. Not in that story.
Now, the girls in the book, they're the most unlucky people in the world, because what happens next? Here's the next book.
The next book is Not Again, and they fall off a cruise ship. Actually, the three girls kind of get pushed off a cruise ship, and the mother jumps in after them.
Oh boy!
And then they see their ship, driving away. I guess I don't know, driving away, and so they basically take almost 24 hours to get to shore. They have no idea where they are, but it is tropical, so it's completely, they're not dealing with snow this time. They're dealing with heat. And so again, they figure out how to use their resources around them, and they survive. And luckily this time they're not out there quite as long as they were up on the mountain, because they waited too long. In my opinion, they waited too long to start walking out.
Now, who's this book written for? A certain genre or age group?
Yeah, it's young adults, teens, young adults. And the Not Again has kind of a coming of age theme to it, where the girls, the oldest, Jessica, she meets a boy and they become pen pals, and so he ends up being instrumental in their rescue.
Nice. Is it a book that shows powerful women?
Of course.
Yeah, I love that.
Of course, yes. It's they're born leaders,
Yeah.
actually, every single one of them.
Yeah, these books are
The youngest, I'm sorry.
These books are
The
so
youngest-
important with powerful girls and women that they don't need guys
Yeah.
to survive. They figure it out.
That's right. They do. They figure it out. And the dynamics of the three girls is kind of also written based on my daughter.
Nice.
So the youngest is a little bit more taken care of, you could say, than the older two. They're very much can figure things out.
Are your daughters grown up yet? Are they still little, like in the books?
No, they are grown up, and they all have children of their own.
Oh boy! Oh my
And
goodness!
yeah, so they're all raising their kids to be independent.
Good.
In fact, one of my daughters, I was just commenting that even though they pretty much live in the city in Sacramento, her daughter is pretty much a country girl. She is tough, and she's 2 years old, and she is not afraid to climb and do things and just test her little body.
That is great. We've gone overtime, as we always tend to do with you, Rowena. But any last thoughts on your business or your books, or any advice in general for our viewers?
Sure. Some health advice it would be to, when you're craving those pizzas, just try to come up with some kind of an alternative that might be a little healthier. Even potato chips, you can find something that'll be a little healthier, maybe some air pop popcorn. One of my favorites is air pop popcorn with avocado oil sprayed on it and then salted, and it really takes care of that crunchy salt craving.
Yeah.
So just enjoy life, stay healthy and active, and YOLO, you only live once, so enjoy it and try to be healthy.
Well, let's say this: nothing happens on accident. So download this booklet from Rowena's website. It's right on the screen, yourhealthandwealthsecret.com. And don't just expect for good eating and health to happen. You have to work for it a little, and Rowena's here to help. Thank you, Rowena.
Thank you. Thanks, Mike.
And we'll talk to you next time, and hope you come back soon.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk right after this.